Hey my Sky Savers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim and this is World of Sky, a world for women and mothers looking to save money and get the most bang for your buck. And today we're talking all about student loan repayment options. Ugh, the dreadful topic of student loans. Though nobody wants to take out student loans, sometimes it's the only option that we have to complete our higher education. And so what do? We take out student loans. My goal is to help you understand what type of loans you are taking out, the terms that are associated with those loans, and what you need to do to repay them. In my previous video, we talked all about the different types of loans in detail. So please go back and watch that video if you're not familiar with the different types of federal student loan options that are available to you. But today we are talking all about repaying those student loans. So we'll talk about the different repayment options, when to pay, and what happens if you can't pay. But before we jump into that, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so you've graduated from school, stopped attending at least half time, or you have just left school altogether. Now what? Now your student loan goes into what they call repayment. If you borrowed sub or unsub loans, you have a 6-month grace period before you have to start repaying your loans. The 6-month grace period is intended to give you enough time to prepare financially for those payments, as well as it's a time frame that you should be selecting your repayment plan. Please remember, interest is still accruing during your grace period. The only difference is for the subsidized loan, the government is paying the interest during the grace period. The unsub loan, you are responsible for the interest during your grace period. So if you are able to start making payments before the 6 months expires, please do so that you can start to tackle some of that debt and you're not paying interest on top of interest. If you borrow the Parent Plus loan, you actually go into repayment as soon as the loan is paid out. So parents, please keep this in mind and make a plan for those payments. And if you don't want to start repaying right away, please contact your loan servicer to find out what other options are available to you for deferment while your student is still enrolled. If you are a Grad Plus borrower, your student loans will automatically be put into deferment until you graduate from school, drop below half-time, or you just leave school altogether. Now let's discuss the different types of repayment plans that are available to you. There are several different options, so you want to choose the one that suits you best at that time. Keep in mind that you can change your repayment plan at any time free of charge. The first payment plan is the standard repayment plan, and this is the plan that you will likely be placed on automatically if you do not choose a different plan. With this plan, your payments are a fixed set amount every single month to ensure that your loan is paid off within 10 years. For consolidation loans, they can make some adjustments to make the payments fixed for anywhere between 10 and 30 years. The benefit of the standard repayment plan is that you will over time pay less interest on your loan because they have ensured that the payments that you're making will pay off your loan in full within 10 years. The next payment plan is the graduated repayment plan, and this payment plan is where your payments start off lower at first and then they gradually increase, and that's usually every 2 years. However, the payment amounts that are predetermined will still ensure that you have paid off your loan within 10 years. For consolidation loans, anywhere between 10 and 30 years. The next type of plan is the extended repayment plan, and this is for anyone who has more than $30,000 in federal student loans. With this plan, you can opt to have your payments either fixed or they can be graduated payments, but the payments will ensure that you have paid off the loan in full within 25 years. The next repayment plan is the revised pay as you earn plan. With this plan, your payments will be 10% of your monthly disposable income. And on this plan, your payments are recalculated every single year based on your income and your family size. So you do need to update this information every year in order to stay on this plan, even if nothing changes. If you are married, they will include your spouse's income as well as their loan debt, whether you have filed jointly or separately on your taxes. Any outstanding balance on this plan will be forgiven if your loan is not paid in full within 20 years if the loans were from undergrad, and 25 years if the loans were from a grad program. The next plan that we'll discuss is the income-based repayment plan, also known as IBR. To qualify for this plan, you must have high debt in comparison to your income, and your payments will be 10 or 15% of your discretionary income. For this plan, your payments are also recalculated every single year based on your income and your family size, so you'll have to be sure to update this information yearly, even if it doesn't change. If you're married, they will include your spouse's income and their loan debt in consideration only if you have filed a joint tax return. Any outstanding balance of the loan will be forgiven if the loan is not repaid in full after 20 years or 25 years, depending on when you first received the loans. And the last payment plan that we'll discuss today is the Income Contingent Repayment Plan, also known as ICR. For this plan, your monthly payment will be the lesser of the two, either 20% of your discretionary income or the amount that you would pay on a repayment plan with a fixed payment over 12 years, adjusted according to your income. Payments under this plan are recalculated and readjusted every single year based on your income and your family size. So again, you need to update this information yearly, even if anything has not changed for you. If you're married, they will include your spouse's income as well as your spouse's loan debt, only if you file a joint tax return or you choose to repay your direct loans jointly with your spouse. Under this plan, any outstanding balance will be forgiven if not paid in full within 25 years. Okay, so after you've determined the right payment plan for you, and remember, as your situation changes, you can change your repayment plan free of charge, so keep that in mind. Now you need to know where to make your payment. Though you've borrowed money directly through the U.S. Department of Education, they use several different servicers to manage the services and customer service of the student loans. If you have questions about your loans, where to make payments, questions about your repayment plan, you will want to contact your loan servicer. Now let's talk about what to do if you find yourself in a financial situation where you cannot make payments on your student loans. If you cannot make payments, contact your servicer for different options. Do not, and I mean do not, just stop paying your loans altogether. There are other options out there for you, and so you need to find out what those options are and use them if you need them. If you go the route of just stopping paying your loans altogether, they will eventually go into default and will cost you a world of problems in the future. So avoid that. If you contact your servicer, they may be able to put you on a different repayment plan that will lower your monthly payments and make it more affordable for you, or they could enter you into a deferment or forbearance option as well. Deferment and forbearance are both options in which you are not required to make payments for a certain amount of time, but please do remember that with these options, the interest is still accruing on the loans, and you will be responsible for paying the interest that accrues during that time. So when you begin repaying, you will be paying interest on top of interest. So do not use the deferment or the forbearance options unless you absolutely have to. They're there to be used, but don't abuse them, because in the long term, it's just going to cost you more money. You do, however, want to use these options before your loans go into default. Okay, use them because they're there to be used. Do not allow your loans to go into default. And what default means is that now you haven't been paying your loans for a certain amount of time, and now they have reported to all 3 credit bureaus, and it's negatively impacting your credit at this point. Besides a poor credit rating, there are a slew of other consequences that we won't discuss in this video that come along with defaulting on your student loans. The moral of the story is that there are many other options to help you before you even get to that point. So use those options. And if you don't take anything else away from this video, do not let your student loans go into default. Okay? So that sums up everything that you need to know about repayment options of your student loans. Please share this video with any students, parents, anyone considering going back to school so that they understand what they're getting themselves into and what types of options they'll have when repayment time comes along. This information is essential to know before you have to start repaying your student loans. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you don't miss any future uploads from me. I do upload videos every single week, and they all pertain to saving you money in some fashion. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.